Hey everybody, Dave Puts here. Just want to discuss real quick with you regarding some feedback we got and some questions we got regarding a post that we just a few days ago. We had a post where we were talking about an email we received. An individual was sending over us a list of addresses for us to bid on. Well, the list of addresses they gave to us was from somebody we know personally, which is frustrating, right? We know that that seller does not permit brokering to be done. And on top of it, they were looking for a 5% fee on these loans. As we discussed in our beginner series, brokering can be done a right way and a wrong way. And what they were trying to do was a complete wrong way, right? So the individual who was brokering the assets said to us, "Where are you at with your stuff?" And we said, "Listen, do you have permission to sell these assets?" They said, "Absolutely." So we said to them, "We'd like to ask additional questions to do our due diligence." What we found was those questions came back with a response of, "You don't know what you're doing," and whatnot, which doesn't frustrate us, just makes us question who they are. We're always questioning when we get an asset list from somebody that we don't know of. So it's part of our vetting process. So when people, were asking, what is a joker broker? Understand that a broker chain is when you're not direct. So even if there's one person between you and that seller, it can be considered a joker chain. A joker broker is someone that is brokering an asset that is not connected with the seller or buyer directly at all, and they're just trying to broker something to get a piece of something. They asked for 5%, and a lot of people have asked, what's the going rate for brokering? We've paid $5,000 for a broker deal. We've paid $250. It all depends on the deal itself. Now, understand that this brokering is not a problem if it's done the right way. And a lot of people were asking, why did we ask so much questions and whatnot? The problem is when you're doing this kind of stuff and we're looking at assets, you could run into a huge problem if you do all the due diligence and still run into a problem. So I think what people get lost on is, why is it okay to do a deal with a broker that you're not sure if there's an end seller or what the connection is? 5% was an extremely high fee, and which we're willing to pay if the asset's good, but they literally sent us a list of addresses and didn't have permission to do it, which we did internally, directly reached back out to the person we know who owns the assets and said to them, "Do you get permission for this to happen?" And in turn, they absolutely said no. In the process of getting a response from the true seller, in our questions being asked, that broker went ahead and asked the person he got the list from, who he thought was a true seller. Come to find out, that person said they'll get back to us. And in turn, we ended up in a spot where we never got a hold of the true seller because somebody passed loans over from one person to another, to another, to another. This is extremely frustrating, and because at the end of the day, you can't get the deal done most of the time, and the seller may never give permission for that transaction to be even started. So I also want to make sure you guys all know about upcoming webinar. This Sunday night, 8 p.m., we have an event listed on our Facebook group as well as our page. We'll be sending out an email later today that we'll be talking about seller finance notes. These seller finance notes is how to find them, market them, and buy them, and the struggle with them. We have 4 excellent panelists with us, and we're looking forward to it. So if you didn't register, please check out the event in our Facebook group and Facebook page and let us know by registering with the Zoom link, and then you'll be attending. It's going to be a killer webinar and a topic that we want to learn more about. So hope this helps, guys. Enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll talk soon.